qu'est-ce que je voulais faire? Voilà, donc là j'ai mon jeu en français. Théoriquement, ça va mettre de base les sous-titres en français. Parce que bon, je suis quand même sur un live en français. Donc du coup, si c'est qu'en anglais, ça va pas très bien se faire. Ah, ici, de toute façon, c'est vraiment le live de la galère ici, hein. Il y a plein de choses qu'il faut que je modifie. Le but, c'est vraiment que, voilà, que vous découvriez le jeu. Il faudrait que j'améliore vraiment ma plateforme de live encore. J'ai beaucoup à faire, beaucoup à progresser. Alors, on va reprendre là où on était et on va se taire un peu.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house. Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it. My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
Ok, donc c'est Milton Finch. Il a disparu en 2003, il est né en 92. Ok. Il avait les yeux bleus et il avait les cheveux noirs. Milton Finch. Il s'appelait Milton. Ok. Est-ce qu'on peut courir? Alors je sais pas à quoi ça sert. Ok, y a pas grand-chose, hein. En touche, c'est très 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 simple.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
T'es interdite. D'accord. Ok. Ok, il y a ça. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
D'accord. Est-ce que je peux prendre ces factures? Non? Je sais pas comment vous trouvez, mais je trouve que le jeu est plutôt beau.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Je n'étais pas revenu depuis l'enterrement de mon frère Lewis. Théoriquement, je peux passer ça. Ok. Bizarre, il y a des caméras de surveillance. Donc on est
In a
dans un
will,
truc
my
abandonné.
mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Ok. Alors là, on a deux chemins. Moi, j'ai envie de passer par en haut pour voir ce qu'on peut trouver en haut.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Des traces de sabots. Ok, intéressant. Wow. Oh, ma sœur. Coucou. Oh non. Il va falloir que je le suive. Je le sens. Ok. Bon, en fait, c'est un gameplay. Donc là, franchement,
The
je vous le
truth
dis,
is,
ça sent le gameplay
even
assez
after
rigide.
I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Moi, ça se passe bien pour l'instant.
But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Alors, je vais pas lire tous les textes parce que sinon, ça va vous faire un peu chier. Donc, le but, c'est vraiment de découvrir un peu ce jeu, de contempler.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Waouh. Pas mal la maison. Vous avez vu? Marrant, marrant la maison. D'ailleurs, des trucs. Bon, là, il y a une bagnole. Est-ce qu'on peut. Mais je suis curieux. Il y avait un autre chemin. Parce que là, je vais direct dans la maison. Il y a un autre chemin. Donc, je vais revenir sur mes pas. Peut-être que je peux passer par ici. Il y a un truc à voir ici, c'est sûr. Attendez 2 petites secondes. Voilà, c'est bon.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent,
D'accord.
as if they're about to say something but never do.
J'espère qu'il n'y a pas des collectifs ou des trucs comme ça, parce que ça va être super chiant. Faudra tout checker. Il y a un truc là-bas. Je peux y aller? Ok, c'est un rocher. Pour l'instant, c'est très agréable, hein. Très reposant. Même s'il y a la petite musique là, parfois un peu, peut-être un petit peu stressante là. Elle joue pas mal sur les aigus. Je parle toujours de la musique évidemment. Bon, a priori, y a rien. Faut pas que je me bloque. Ah, ça sert à quoi? À zoomer? Ouais, je suppose. C'est ça. Alors, on va rentrer dans cette fameuse maison qui a l'air qui a l'air d'avoir été fabriquée par un architecte plutôt particulier. Vu les couleurs, je dirais que c'était Le Corbusier.
As a child,
Ça, il faut
the
avoir la
house
culture
made me
G.
uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put
MDR.
into words.
La maison me mettait mal à l'aise d'une façon que je ne parvenais pas à décrire. Ok. Ouais, c'est normal. Elle est assez elle est assez imposante. Après, bon, moi, elle me fait pas trop peur vu les couleurs. Mais bon. Ok. Les chaises renversées. Il y a eu du grabuge ici.
Now, as a 17-year-old,
J'avais
I
7 ans.
knew
Je
exactly
pouvais
what
enfin
those words
mettre
were.
des mots dessus.
I was afraid
La
of the
maison me
house.
faisait peur. Ok. Je vais aller voir derrière si on peut aller checker derrière. Est-ce qu'on peut ouvrir la porte du garage par exemple? Non. Go. Je peux pas rentrer? Il y a un truc pour un chien. Je sais plus comment on appelle ça. Charretière? La charretière? Ouais, il me semble. Et il me semble que c'est ça, hein. Il y a du bruit. J'ai
I
entendu
heard
du bruit.
something moving around in the
Ouais, ouais, j'ai
garage.
entendu. Ça va être le chien. Ou un truc comme ça. I heard something in the garage. Garage. Est-ce qu'on peut checker les poubelles? En tout cas, c'est bien, ils sont écologiques, c'est bien. Ils sont responsables. Ils respectent.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was
Se
11.
fait par attrape de chien était beaucoup plus facile quand j'avais 11 ans. Ouais, tu m'étonnes. Est-ce que je peux enlever ça? Ok. Attends. Coucou. On va regarder comme ça maintenant. Non, je plaisante. Ok. C'est bon à savoir, triangle, c'est les options. Voilà, c'est bon. Tout va bien.
For the first time in years,
Merde,
I felt like I was home.
je me sentais comme à la maison. Ferme la porte? Non. Oh. Pacific Pantry, The Book of Mushrooms. Ok, des trucs de cuisine.
But instead of a family, there
À
were
la place
just
d'une
memories
famille,
of one.
seuls en restaient les souvenirs.
Like how
Oh,
only one restaurant would
comme le
deliver
fait
to
qu'un
our
seul restaurant
house,
pouvait
so
livrer
we
chez
had
nous.
Chinese a
Alors on
lot.
mangeait souvent chinois. Marrant, ça.
Or
Ok.
how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all
Ou
got
comme
sick of
quand
eating
Lewis a
salmon.
commencé à travailler à la
Except our cat,
conserverie et que le
Molly.
saumon a fini par nous écœurer. Sauf notre chat Molly. Apple pie. Ça c'est une tarte aux pommes ça. Je suis sûr. C'est obligé.
The table was still a wreck from the night we
La table
left.
était restée en désordre comme le soir de notre départ.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
C'est comme si une bombe avait explosé en tuant tout le monde mais en laissant les meubles. Intéressant. Comme s'ils avaient tous disparu d'un coup quoi. Oh. Un iPod Touch, la vieille génération. Mais la maison a l'air immense.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal.
Rien n'avait l'air
There was
normal
just
dans la
too
maison.
much of
Il y
it,
avait juste trop
like
de
a
choses.
smile with too many teeth.
Comme un sourire avec trop de dents. Un sourire avec trop de dents. D'accord. Ok. Attends, c'est fait. Putain, petit style là, le canapé. Vous avez vu? On se croirait chez grand-mère. Mais après, c'est sympathique, tu vois.
Even the fireplace had a story.
Même
Edie
si
told me the
même la
bricks
cheminée
came
avait
from
une
the
histoire, elle m'a
original
raconté que
house
les briques venaient de la
after it
maison
sank.
d'origine après son naufrage. Intéressant. Ok, là, c'est des bouquins d'histoire ou de aussi de cuisine ou de l'histoire de la cuisine, je sais pas. Là, il y a une porte.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Alors, je n'étais pas surpris. Attends. Ah, j'ai pas eu le temps. Je peux pas rentrer? C'est pas la bonne clé? D'accord.
Great Grandpa Sven built a music
Ah,
box for
grand-père Sven
Barbara,
avait fabriqué une boîte à
along with
musique
the
pour
rest of the
Barbara,
house.
en plus du reste de la maison. Ok, intéressant. Oh, ça c'est
My
important.
mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped
Elle
believing
n'était
that
pas du
my
genre
brother
optimiste, mais elle
Milton
n'avait
was
jamais
alive.
cessé de croire que mon frère Milton était toujours en vie. Ok.
A lot of things got left behind
Beaucoup de
in the
choses ont
whirlwind of
disparu
that
après le
last
tourbillon,
night.
cette dernière soirée.
Edie told me once that every
Freddy
Finch
m'a
who
dit que
ever
tous les
lived
Finch ont
was
été enterrés
buried
quelque part
somewhere
dans la
in the
bibliothèque.
library.
Je peux pas rentrer, non? En principe, non, je peux pas. Ouais. Il y a beaucoup de
After
livres, hein,
Milton
ça c'est vrai.
disappeared,
Après la disparition de
Mom sealed
Milton,
up all the
maman a scellé
bedrooms.
toutes les chambres.
Then Edie retaliated and drilled
Freddy
peepholes.
s'est vengé en creusant des petits trous.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
J'ai passé beaucoup de temps à jouer dans la chambre du
I think
grand-oncle
my
Walter.
mom sometimes regretted
Je
not
crois que
sealing
maman
it
a
up.
parfois regretté de ne pas l'avoir scellé. Ok. Qu'est-ce que c'est
Lewis
que ça?
told me there were secret passages, but I
Lewis
never
m'a dit
believed
qu'il y avait
him.
des passages secrets, mais je ne l'ai jamais cru. Ok, ça ouvre. Oui,
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping
t'étais
secrets.
trop pour garder les secrets.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Il était temps de découvrir de quoi ma mère avait peur.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton
Avec les
had been
dessins
here
sur le mur, il
before
était
me.
clair que mon frère Milton était passé par ici avant moi. Ok,
Reading
ça,
this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
tu dois te dire que j'avais un plan. C'est mignon, cette histoire de famille. Qu'est-ce qui a pu merder? Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé réellement, quoi?
but I had no idea what was behind that door.
Ok, ça conduit à une chambre.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna
Tout
lead.
comme je n'avais aucune idée de ce que ça allait donner.
I grew up looking at Molly's
J'ai
room
grandi en
from the
observant la
peephole.
chambre de Molly à travers un petit trou.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with
Gerbille
its own even tinier
Molly avait une petite
cage.
chambre dans laquelle il y avait une cage de gerbille miniature. Intéressant. Au jeu fiable. Non, j'ai rien. Un animal de compagnie qui a disparu aussi.
Being inside for the first time,
Mais
I
entend
felt
pour la
like
première
I'd
fois,
stepped
j'ai eu
behind a
l'impression de passer
painting.
derrière un tableau. Oh. Molly Finch.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. My Halloween candy was all gone.
Du coup, j'ai décidé de manger le poisson. Non. Attends.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Ah la vache. Du coup, j'ai mangé des feuilles et mes crayons. Pourquoi il y a des plantes là? Incroyable. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
I kept eating and eating.
C'est du dentifrice. Ah, dégoûtant.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Gazouiller à la fenêtre,
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest.
qui retournait dans son nid.
I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Quoi? Hein? Attends. Voilà.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Attends. Et cadeau, c'est Noël. Je suppose.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
La mère était blonde et le père un peu plus âgé. Ok, on les voit. Où est-ce qu'il faut que j'aille là? Je sais pas trop là. Attendez. Uhum. Ah, il est là-haut. Je vais t'avoir.
And I almost got her.
Oh non! Me dis pas que je suis bloqué.
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Ok.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Incroyable.
Rabbits.
Oh. Je t'ai eu.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Plus gros. On va un plus gros?
A
Boom.
mama rabbit.
Ah, ça compte que je l'ai eu. Ok.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
What the fuck? Comment ça? Attends. Ah, c'est absurde.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean.
C'est incroyable.
Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Ah.
Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Qu'est-ce que je suis devenu là? Tout avait changé. Je suis un serpent. Oh non, oh, une anguille.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Je sais pas ce que je fais.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Ouais, je suis un serpent, un truc comme ça.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
C'est vrai que la caméra est un peu capricieuse. Ok.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I
Uhum.
swam towards it.
J'ai donc nagé dans cette direction. Quoi?
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old
J'ai
pipe.
glissé sur le sable et la bonne odeur provenait d'un conduit. C'est un rat? C'est quoi?
I got closer and closer.
Oh, mais non! Je suis dans la maison, je suis revenu. Je me suis approché. Souris. Bah, j'ai reconnaissé la maison. Donc le truc, il faut que j'arrive dans le lit, c'est ça?
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think
Je
it's
n'ai rien
waiting
entendu.
to fall asleep,
Je crois que
but
ça
it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be.
longtemps.
We
On a
both
besoin de se
know
nourrir.
I will be
Je serai
delicious.
délicieuse. Intéressant. Donc déjà, on a Molly Finch. Molly
I'm not
Finch.
sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Et c'est qui Eddie? 117 2010. Son grand-père. Son arrière-grand-père. Molly, elle est morte à 10 ans. Ok. C'est une information bon à prendre. Barbara, elle est morte à 16 ans. Calvin, il est mort à 11 ans. Sam, il est mort à 33 ans. Odin, il est mort à 57 ans. Eddie, bah, il est mort à 83 ans. Walter, il est mort à 43 ans. Gregory, il est mort à 1 an. Gus, il est mort à 13 ans. Après, il y a des noms, on sait pas d'où ça vient. Ingeborg, Kay, Sanjay. Don, il est mort à 48 ans. Milton, donc 11. Lewis, 12 ans. Et Edith est encore en vie. Elle a théoriquement aujourd'hui 20 ans. Et là, elle a 17 ans dans le jeu, vu qu'on est en 2016.
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Ok. maintenant, où veux-tu me faire passer? C'est ça le truc.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
C'est la grand-mère Edith. Ok.
We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Il y a un lien très fort avec la grand-mère, j'ai l'impression. Donc c'est une famille
Her
maudite.
room is like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Quoi? La maison aussi?
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Ok.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family
C'est le
cemetery.
premier à être enterré. Odin Finch. Ok.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Ok, intéressant. Odin, c'est le plus
Whatever's
vieux.
wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
C'est un passage secret.
There's a secret in this bathroom.
C'est grand, cette salle de bain.
It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que cette maison?
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished.
Ça m'a bien pareil.
Il n'a
Qu'il avait
pas
réparé, il ne l'a jamais jeté. Hmm. Je peux passer là? What? Ok. Ok. Donc là on est chez Calvin.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Qu'elle n'en parle jamais. C'est un Playmobil ça? Pas sûr.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
What the fuck?
But that day, he finally made up his mind.
Il a super haut en vrai.
I told him going around was impossible.
Putain.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
Oh putain. Attends.
That's what I want to remember about my brother. That's the day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Quoi? Waouh. Incroyable. Donc Calvin, il est
Calvin's
mort.
story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Ok, Molly. Calvin.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Elle cachait des trucs la grand-mère. Hein. L'arrière-grand-mère.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Je peux pas rentrer du coup. Ok. y a un truc que j'ai manqué.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Ok, c'est Island, ok.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Il y a un truc que j'ai dû manquer. Aïe aïe aïe, je suis bloqué. Je suis bloqué. Qu'est-ce que je fais là? Attends, on boit un petit coup d'eau. Alors. Comment procède-t-on? Pardon. Je suis bloqué. Désolé de repasser là, mais je sais pas trop où il faut aller. Je peux pas l'ouvrir. Problème ça. Lewis. Cinq ans. Ok. Bon bah y a rien ici hein. J'essaie de comprendre mais non je pense pas que ça soit ici. Du coup je suis obligé de repasser par là. Là je ne peux pas. Y a rien là. Donc, je suis obligé de repasser par ici. Ah ah, suis-je bête. Il y a une porte secrète ici. Encore un livre. Incroyable.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Alors, on a un truc ici. Et j'aimerais juste savoir. Non, oh merde, ah, il y a des petits chargements. Donc là, c'est là d'où je viens, où j'ai pris le passage secret. Et du coup, le passage secret s'est refermé. Ça, c'est Molly. J'y suis déjà allé. Ok. Donc là, je redescends à la maison, théoriquement. Ça, c'est la chambre de Sven et Eddie. Et Calvin et Sam.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Ah bah, d'accord. C'était une actrice? A priori.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Ok.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Ok. Alors le souci... Je sais plus d'où je viens. C'est le problème. Alors, attends, grosso modo... Quand je suis sorti de mon truc, c'était par où? Voilà. En dessous. Sous les bouteilles. Et à côté aussi.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death,
Ouais, toutes ces
I'm
histoires sur la mort
surprised
de
Edie
papa, je
saved
m'étonne
this
qu'Eddie
one.
ait conservé celle-ci.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven, He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Ils ont ma musique d'Halloween.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Dum, dum.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Ok. Walter.
Walter, are you there?
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And you know what it was? He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly Door single moment in years. The hinges groan. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Je vais t'achever, mec. Il a disparu?
Had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Tiens, mange ça.
Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true.
Incroyable.
Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Magnificent. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little
Oula, ce soir-là, c'est avec un S, non.
hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Non. Ambiance. Donc elle est morte à 16 ans.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Waouh. Ils ont tous une histoire un peu différente, hein. C'est tous tragique un peu. Le mieux c'est les garçons qui a réussi à voler quoi. Ça c'est quand même nice. Mais waouh. Ils ont tous connu des vies un peu bizarres. Et ça se passe toujours dans la maison. Du coup on a après Molly, Barbara, Calvin et Odin. Il reste Eddie, Sam, Walter, Gregory, Gus, Dawn, Milton, Lewis et Edith.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Ok. Je vois ce qu'il faut faire. Sympa. Sympa le billard.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Le souci c'est que je vois rien là. Je sais pas si c'est... Je sais pas si vous voyez quelque chose aussi, mais moi je vois rien. Je suppose qu'il y a une entrée un peu plus loin. Ah tiens.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
C'est parti le plus loin possible.
If there's a pattern in all these stories,
Des histoires.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Walter.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
Il fait que ça tout le temps? What the fuck?
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal.
On voit que la musique évolue aussi?
Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting.
Là on est en 2005.
Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
En tout cas, je sais pas si vous appréciez, mais moi j'aime beaucoup. Après, c'est un peu limite, on peut pas interagir avec tout. C'est vraiment, c'est vraiment très linéaire en fait. Ça cache un peu un
I
truc
know
un
it's
peu
out
ouvert.
there
C'est
somewhere.
assez linéaire, mais je trouve que l'expérience est assez cool, hein.
Whatever killed Barbara and Molly.
Je vais pas pareil, moi, lui.
And Calvin.
Calvin. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Il s'est suicidé là?
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Je veux que je sais que je suis pas pour ça. Ok.
I'm going to appreciate all of it.
Je viens d'apprécier chaque élément, particulièrement la nourriture. Ok.
I don't mind if I only have a year left.
Ne dérange pas de n'avoir plus qu'un an.
Or a month.
Au mois.
Or a single week.
Une seule semaine.
I'd be happy with one new day.
Trop de ça.
I can already imagine the sun.
Oh, il s'est suicidé à cause d'un train. En 53 ans. What the fuck?
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Attends. C'est qui sa mère? Je suppose que c'est Dawn. Et qu'elle est morte en 2016. Elle est morte en 2016. Ok. C'est de me protéger. Je me demande jusqu'où ça va en fait tout ça.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like
Elle a
Walter.
peut-être peur que je finisse comme Walter. Ouais,
But
probablement.
if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Putain, sa mère, elle a
I
fait
don't
quel
want
honte.
to make the same mistakes she made.
Peanut butter. Au moins on a ça. S'il n'y a plus rien à bouffer, tu prends une cuillère, t'as plus faim.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing
Je sais
this.
même pas si je devrais écrire ça.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with
C'est mieux que
me.
tout ceci soit mort avec moi.
But I thought you should know about your family.
Je pensais que tu devais savoir à propos de ta famille. À qui tu parles en fait?
And the history you're a part of.
L'histoire dont tu fais partie.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably
Et
do
je me
right
suis
now.
aussi perdu que tu dois l'être également. Énorme. Ah mais elle parle de Walter je pense. Je pense.
I think the people in these stories
Je
believe
crois que les gens de ces histoires les
for what
croyaient
that's worth.
pour ce que ça vaut.
And when you look at the house,
Quand on regarde la maison,
that history of
cette
imagination
histoire
and stubbornness
d'imagination,
and madness,
d'obstination et de folie,
any of it seems possible.
tout semble possible. Alors il faut aller où?
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just
Je
gotten
crois
used
que
to
nous
it.
sommes cernés par la mort depuis si longtemps que nous nous y sommes habitués.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Ok, le cimetière.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this,
Ouais,
but
ouais.
the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Ils ont toujours possédé des jardies.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery. I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ce truc rouge? Il y a un truc là-bas.
Edie's side was always easier for me to
Je trouve le point de vue
understand.
d'Edith plus simple à comprendre.
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did.
Perdu 2 frères.
I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Protégé. Lewis Finch.
There's so many things I wish I could
Il y a
ask
tant
my
de choses
mom
que
now.
j'aimerais demander à maman aujourd'hui.
Part of me thinks this is what she
Quelque part, je
wanted
me
all
dis que c'est
along,
ce qu'elle a toujours voulu.
for me to come back someday
Je reviens un jour.
and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now,
Oui.
if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Il y a un truc ici. Hein. Attends, où tu veux que j'aille là? Tu veux que j'aille là, hein? Ah, il y a une échelle, je l'avais pas vu, putain. Fuck!
I never met Grandpa Sam, but
J'ai
I
jamais
think
connu
he and my
grand-père
mom had a
Sam.
lot in
Je crois
common.
que lui et ma mère avaient beaucoup en commun.
They were
notes.
Théa, c'est passionné. Sam. Elle est vraiment immense cette maison. J'aime beaucoup la BO de Edith Finch. C'est très agréable, très doux. Ça fait vraiment, voilà, c'est un peu... Ça fait un peu presque lyrique, pratiquement. Je sais pas ce que je dis.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Ok.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Aw. Still freezing, though.
Je prends des milliards de photos qui n'ont aucune utilité.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hey!
That's a keeper. Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Your grandpa's Fen taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
N'importe quoi en photo là.
We found an old logging trail. There were deer
Okay.
everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map.
Bon, je sais pas trop ce qu'il faut prendre en photo en vrai.
Let's see. You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
C'est pas les poissons qu'il faut prendre en photo? Moi j'y sais pas hein. Qu'est-ce qu'il faut prendre en photo?
Could have been.
Aïe aïe aïe, je suis bloqué. Je sais pas ce qu'il faut prendre en photo. Des trucs plus intéressants, mais qu'est-ce que tu veux que je prenne? Je suis bloqué. Je sais pas ce qu'il faut faire. Attends, je savais pas, même pas qu'il a fait une vidéo là-dessus. Attendez 2 secondes. Hein. Ah voilà, trouvé. Excusez-moi hein, pour le... Ah, attendez. Je sais pas ce qu'il faut faire là. Qu'est-ce qu'on doit photographier? Oh,
Good eyes, Don.
ça? Oh, c'est ça? Merde, j'ai même pas fait
Before you take
gaffe.
the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Avant que tu tires, je vais te prendre en photo. Ok, mais tu es où? Où es-tu, ma chère? Salut!
Dad,
C'est bon, je t'ai.
Let me get behind you.
do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive... Great shot, Don!
Great shout! Waouh.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Mais qu'est-ce qu'il fait? Ah!
Sorry, Don, just gotta reset the timer.
Je dois régler le...
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
still...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Ah ouais! C'est comme ça qu'il est mort?
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
D'accord. Ok. On a bien avancé là. Hein. Merde. Il y a un
After
passage.
Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Après la mort de Sam, ma mère et Eddie se sont devenus proches. Ils avaient perdu. Sont devenus proches, ça veut pas dire. Ça veut rien dire ça. Grégory. Oh. Merde. Donc là, c'est une procédure de divorce. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait? Moi, je vais lire la procédure. Laisse-moi lire. Alors, Sam Finch, ok.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Je sais plus si mon micro marche là. Je sais plus. Je sais plus si. C'est bon, j'ai rien dit. Tout va bien. Désolé pour le retour. J'avais besoin d'entendre. Le souci, c'est qu'il faut que je rachète une manette, hein, vraiment, c'est une catastrophe.
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Qu'est-ce qu'il fait? What the f...
Hand over, Gregory. It's time to. Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
Il faut que je touche les trucs, c'est ça, hein? Ouais. Ok, deux. Plus qu'un. Voilà.
It reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw.
Coucou.
the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come
C'est
here.
quand on va le droit de ses
But
photos
Gus
que mon
declined
père lui
as the
dit
sign
viens ici.
held up his middle finger.
Que c'est nouveau refuse la réponse.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. Rain came down in buckets then, but no
La
one
pluie
seemed
tomba à
afraid
verse.
that nature
Personne ne
might destroy
redouta
the tent our dad
que la
had
nature
made.
puisse détruire la tente sommaire de papa.
The thunder sounded much too close
Le
and
tonnerre
full of
roulait,
angry
approchait,
thought.
tel un diable.
All
Il
my
se
father
déchaînait et chantait en
said
père
was, "Make
qui
the music
réplique
louder."
allez plus fort la musique. Intéressant. J'aimerais dire. Oula.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on
Je me
that
dire à
day.
sincérité que c'est à toi que j'ai
Out there
pensé
on the
quand
beach
tu étais
alone,
sur cette
you,
plage
the wind,
avec le
the
vent
sea
et les
and
nuages.
But I didn't. Until we found you.
Ok.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Et ensuite on y va dans l'histoire de sa mère. Je pense. Et ce qui est bizarre c'est qu'il n'y a rien. Et l'entrée secrète, il y a quoi là? Ah!
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
Mère emménage au grenier après la mort de ses frères.
At the time, it was as
À
far away
l'époque,
as she
c'est
could
ce qu'il y avait de plus joli pour elle.
Religion was another thing my mom never
Je suis
talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad
beaucoup
died.
aidé à la mort de son père.
She spent a summer building houses in
Passé
Calcutta,
un été à
where she met
construire
my
des maisons à
dad,
Calcutta
Sanjay.
où elle a rencontré mon père, Sanjay. Ok. Ah. Ouais, il manque un truc là. J'ai que ça comme info. Impossible. Juste. Je demande juste, attendez 2 secondes. En théorie. Refaites l'histoire de Calvin. Ok, il est trop fait chelou. Hein. C'est pour un trophée, hein. Je pense que ça va durer trop longtemps. Ok. Non, en fait, il faut que je reste là. Je pense. Ah, ça.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation
Entièrement
and got a
après son
job
diplôme.
teaching English.
J'ai enseigné l'anglais.
Lewis was born a year later.
C'est né 1 an plus tard.
When my dad died, I don't
Mon
think
père,
Mom knew where else to
maman
go.
ne savait pas où aller.
I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Je suis sûr qu'Eddie était ravi qu'elle revienne.
And to see kids in the house again.
De revoir des enfants à la maison. Edith, Milton, Lewis.
The house had to get a little bigger, but
Il fallait agrandir la
Edie
maison,
was
mais
used to
Eddie
that.
était habitué à ça.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Presque
But
normalement.
it didn't last.
Curse. Ok.
Milton's 10th
Le
birthday,
début de la
when
fin
Edie gave him a
fut le
castle.
10e anniversaire quand Eddie lui offert un château. Donc théoriquement, mais non mais je pense que je vais, ça dure pas trop longtemps je pense. J'ai envie de
I
continuer.
think Edie was happy to finally
Je
have
crois
another
qu'Eddie était
painter in
heureuse
the
d'avoir
family.
enfin un autre peintre dans la famille. Milton.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
La brosse peu chic. Milton.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared. Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house,
Okay,
Mom
okay,
didn't want it getting out.
La mère elle a un truc. Il y a un truc encore plus haut.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but
Non,
I
c'était la
think
faute
Lewis
d'Eddie.
blamed
Je
himself.
crois que Lewis se sentait coupable. Ok.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Ah mais je suis con, il est mort à 22 ans, non? Attends. Je lui ai dit 12 ans. 22 ans.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was
Il
surprisingly
était
bad at
tellement
them.
mauvais. Il
He
bourrait
died a lot.
énormément. Ça me rappelle moi, tiens. Lewis Finch.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
Oui.
wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
Oh, c'est chaud.
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. Things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Ah.
But he found something more. I worried about him then, daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss, but he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him. At all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor, and he won. They begged him to stay,
C'est marrant
but
ça.
his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
C'est incroyable.
Conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. We began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown.
Da-da-da-dum, dum, dum, da-da-da-dum, dum, da-da-da-dum, dum, dum.
There was only one thing left to do.
Il restait beaucoup de choses à faire.
Bend down his head.
Oh non. Je sais déjà ce qui va se passer. Coucou Louis XVI. Et hop
The
là.
rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Ensuite, il y a la chambre d'Edith.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
The only way to create a fulfilling classroom.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe I should have come sooner.
Ça va peut-être durer plus tôt.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Quoi? Attendez, attendez. Ok. Allez, je pense que là on est vers la fin.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. Never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Il y a un truc ici.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
T'as ce sujet?
If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things.
Si on avait vécu éternellement, on aurait
But
peut-être
as it
réussi à
is,
comprendre.
I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Elle était morte depuis le début. Wow. Quelle histoire, mon Dieu. Incroyable, hein. Oh, quelle beauté. Quelle beauté. Quelle belle histoire, moi je trouve. Je sais pas si moi ça m'a vraiment plu. C'était vraiment sympa, hein. Ça s'est fait assez vite. Je crois qu'en 2h30, ça s'est fait. Donc c'était assez rapide. Mais ça en valait le coup, hein. C'est une beauté, c'est plein de métaphores. Découvrir le destin, la mort, le surnaturel aussi, le fantastique. Ça fait du bien. Une belle petite histoire, un beau jeu narratif. Franchement, je savais pas. Franchement, c'est une de mes premières expériences narratives, vraiment. Et c'est un de mes premiers jeux indépendants. Moi, je suis vraiment, finalement, en termes de jeux vidéo, bon, je suis pas, j'en connais, mais j'en ai pas joué tant que ça, en vrai. C'est là où je me rends compte que j'ai quand même, voilà, j'ai quand même moyen de cultiver ça. Et je suis ravi d'avoir découvert ce jeu, vraiment. Bon, bah c'est ici que le live s'arrête. C'était vraiment une belle pépite. Euh, pour ceux qui n'auraient pas suivi ça, je vous invite à regarder le replay qui sera disponible 2 mois, je crois, parce que vu que je suis chez Twitch, vu que j'ai Twitch Prime, les replays ça dure, les rediffusions, non pas les rediffusions, dans les replays ça dure jusqu'à 2 mois. Donc franchement, si voilà, si vous avez raté l'histoire et que vous voulez découvrir chez moi, ça va avec grand plaisir que vous pourrez regarder les replays. Voilà, vous les avez à disposition pendant, vous l'avez à disposition pendant 2 mois. Donc, vraiment un grand plaisir de participer, de partager cette aventure avec vous. Euh, j'ai beaucoup aimé, vraiment une belle histoire de triste, mais vraiment très, comment dire, non pas lyrique parce que lyrique ça implique, mais c'est un peu un amour familial quoi. C'est mignon quoi. C'est vraiment, je dirais presque c'est atmosphérique quoi. Vraiment une très belle expérience pour moi, très content. Sur ce, je vous laisse. Vraiment passer une bonne fin d'après-midi, une bonne soirée aussi. Profitez bien et voilà. Et jouez à des jeux vidéo, finalement. Allez, ciao à tous, hein.